Well, good morning.
Hey,
It's Help at the
Hello.
it's Help at the Cooler with Rhonda and Cynthia. It's so good to see you all.
it's good to
Um,
see you all.
yeah, so Cynthia and I are here with Natania Van Zyl from South Africa. South
Yes.
Africa.
Sunny
And
South Africa.
sunny South Africa. Welcome, Natania. We're so glad to have you here with us, and we thank you for taking time out of your day.
You are most welcome, guys. I'm super excited to be here with you, Cynthia and Rhonda. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
more than welcome.
I'm here.
So I'm going to hand it over to Cynthia here and let
Okay.
you ask the questions. I'll just interject.
I know, Natania. I actually think I've known you just about a year long now, and I think we just hit it off naturally. But I've done a little bit of homework, and I've prepared some questions for you. Um, And so I guess, I know you through Facebook, and I know that you've been in the internet marketing space, but I just thought maybe you can just introduce yourself, where you are, and how you ended up getting in this business.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I hope you read only good things when you did your homework.
And
But
inspiring things.
yes, my name is Natania. I'm from South Africa, and as Cynthia mentioned, I've been an internet marketer now for 6 years. Well, going on six. I can't believe it. Time just really flies. But my journey also started in the corporate space. I was in a corporate job for 9 years as a buyer, but I was very unhappy where I was at. And at
Mhm.
that time in my life, I lost my dad to cancer, and I found network marketing. I thought it was going to be the golden ticket to get out of corporate. So as the years progressed, I did a bit of everything. I did network marketing, affiliate marketing, forex trading, crypto. When COVID hit us, it was very hard for South Africans to get products from overseas because everything was at a standstill. So I also, needed to weigh my options and see what's out there and what I can do.
Mhm.
So now I am solely focused on cooperative crowdfunding, and it's amazing to be in a position to, build a business online and meet people like Cynthia and Rhonda. It's amazing. Like it's opened up a whole new world for me. So I was fortunate enough to actually resign my 9 to 5. I won't say I was in the perfect place, financially to be able to do that. And I won't recommend anyone to resign, before they're not ready. But
Yes.
it was so toxic, I think myself, I took a hard hit as a human,
Mhm.
and I just thought if I don't take that leap, it's most probably never going to happen. So I did it, and I'm still here, still alive and kicking.
Thanks. Well, first of all, while you were talking, we've been joined by Jason Lego. He was a guest speaker on Help at the Cooler with Rhonda and Cynthia a few weeks back. And actually, we talked with him back then. And when I say we, I really am speaking in the royal way. For Rhonda, spoke with him about the power of positive thinking.
Yeah.
And you were talking about being in a toxic environment and needing to get out of that. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit about what gave you the courage to make the leap from your comfortable, cushy corporate situation into the great unknown of setting up a business for yourself.
The thing is, I always told myself that when a corporate job becomes so toxic that it influences your being, then the money is not worth it for me anymore because you as a person, you are just becoming ill.
Yeah.
I had my own experience of heart palpitations because of stress and anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a decision. Maybe it was a little bit impulsive, you know, to
A
just
little.
take the leap and just go for it. Where I was at that moment in time, because obviously you still worry about bills being paid, you still worry about all these things, but it's amazing how God goes to work in your
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
You know, it's amazing to look back 18 months and think, wow, I actually made it.
Mhm.
You know, I had somewhere or the other, it just worked out for the money to come in and
Mhm.
the bills are paid, you know, and I do believe it's a big stress reliever if you don't have that worry every month,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, to pay your bills, because I think financial stress is what is killing this world.
Yes. I I fully agree.
Mm.
So, well, you mentioned faith. Is there something like maybe a tip that you could share with some of our listeners in terms of like, keeping the vision, maintaining the faith, keeping you motivated? Because when you strike out on your own, there will be a lot of challenges.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely not a straight road. There's a lot of wobbles and a lot of stones and a lot of things that is, you know, thrown at you. And we don't always realize in the moment that the challenges we face actually shape us. You know, it's actually that stepping stone to take you to the next level. And that is something that's hit me really hard this year. You know, I was in a place where I was really in a bad spot. Like, you know, you're depressed, you don't know what to do, the money is not coming in, you can't pay your bills, you're worried about business, you know. And I always say you have to have faith as small as a mustard seed. Because if you have that, anything is possible in your life, you know, and that hit home for me this year because there's like a little voice inside you that talks to you constantly, you know, and that little voice, I'll never forget. My mom used to tell me that you should listen to that little voice because it's the Holy Spirit that is talking to you,
Mhm.
right? So that I had at the back of my mind as well. And there was a little voice that told me, okay, only try one more time. Try one more time. Let's just try one more time.
Mhm.
And that was the absolute game changer. Like I believe we can pray for everything that we want, but at the end of the day, we need to bring our part as well. You know,
Mhm.
it's not something that's just going to fall out of the sky. You have to bring your part as well. If you are not happy where you are, you need to make a change to get to where you want to be. You know, whether it's losing weight, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's building your business, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what it is, you know? So I tried one more time. And let me tell you, that was the absolute game changer that like, it was the biggest milestone that I've ever had in 6 years.
Okay, so let's go into that subject because I know that I think you and we met around forex training and crypto, and I have actually also evolved away from forex just because I don't have the time to follow the charts like all day every day. um, but I have continued my trading journey. It's been working quite well for me. But now you mentioned something that I've never heard of before talking to you, which is called cooperative crowdfunding. So what is that? Or this is a new concept to me.
Crowdfunding is basically you get traditional crowdfunding, right? It's
Mhm.
basically a way for people to gain funds without having to go to the bank to get a interest-bearing loan, right? So
Mhm.
it's thousands of people coming together, all donating small amounts of money, and the money kept inside the community are used to fund various projects. You can fund various causes. So
Mhm.
you will also see on Facebook, um, Facebook has campaigns which they
Mhm.
run. I know when we have our birthdays, they normally suggest that you can pick a campaign that you want funding for, get donations for.
Right.
So as Facebook has that, you get different kinds of platforms that specialize in crowdfunding, like Indiegogo, GoFundMe. There are various platforms out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the company that I represent and that I decided to plant my flag with,
Mm-hmm.
they specialize in turning givers into receivers, right? Because with a traditional platform, normally what happens is 80% of people don't reach their campaign goal because not everybody is interested in, say, cancer or, whatever you are, wanting funds for.
Right.
Maybe you want to build a business or something, but you just don't reach your goals. So with cooperative crowdfunding, you can use this money for anything. You can use it to buy groceries, you can use it to fund your car, pay insurance, pay some bills, build a business, you name it. Like we all have a trillion reasons why we need extra money every month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is, we are put in a position where every person that gives receives as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't happen with traditional crowdfunding.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. And so
Very.
that's what you discovered. Well, so let's go back to, I guess, what made you say, okay, let me try this? Because you were talking about being down in the dumps, and I can imagine that when this came to you, it might have been like a really scary time for you. So what made you take that
Absolutely.
leap?
Well, to be honest with you, it took me 2 months to make the decision to jump.
Mhm.
And I am a person of research. So, but I do have to admit, when I was introduced to the system, I obviously thought to myself, ugh, just another system. We've
Mhm.
been we've come a long way. We've been around for more than 5 years. There's so many things and so many opportunities out there. But
Mhm.
what stands out for me is leadership,
Mhm.
people that walk in integrity and that lead with their hearts and not their wallets.
Mhm.
That is because at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's about the impact you want to make in people's lives.
Right.
You know, it's giving people the opportunity to take it by the hands and run with it.
Mhm.
And I had a very good friend of mine who introduced me to this business. She's been in the crypto space for 5-6 years now. So she's done her due diligence about this program. She's done her research, and obviously, like something that I also learned in my journey is that people don't buy your product or your service. It's about the person behind that,
Mhm.
that they normally buy from. And when people trust you enough, they will take out their card. So that is what stood out for me. And especially automation. We are all striving for more freedom in our lives, whether it's time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, you name it. I mean, we like robots. We wake up
Yeah.
every single morning, we go to work, we work for 8 hours, we come back home, we have dinner, we go to bed. It's the same routine every single day. And, some people and most people that I've spoken to don't enjoy what they do.
Mhm.
Like, why do you want to work for 65 years to have a non existent pension,
Yeah.
and you didn't enjoy your life because life is just too short?
It
You want
is.
to spend, time with the people you love. You want to spend your time on things that you love doing, not
Mhm.
something that you hate every single day, because that's where I was.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's like and
Sure.
that's the thing, I told myself that there is no alternative. I will
Mhm.
never go back to corporate because they turn you into a robot, you know
Mhm.
and I just it doesn't work for me. Like, I know it
Right.
works for some people, but it just didn't work for me.
Sure.
I found it stifling, and I went through it for 20 years.
I
Yeah.
know, and you know,
Stifling.
the scary thing is when you have done it for so long, I think a lot of people have a lot of skepticism about the online world,
Hmm.
you know, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad things in the online space as well. You know,
Mhm.
you get scammers, you get people who steal your money. You know, I think if you are online marketer, you have been scammed once at least before, you
Mhm.
know, because it's
Mhm.
because you didn't know anything better back then. But
Right.
I think it's a mind shift that you have to make. You know, that times have changed. Like
Mhm.
it's not a job economy anymore, it's a skilled economy. You know, you have to
Mhm.
work on your skills daily and work on yourself as a person to
Mhm.
develop and evolve.
Yeah, I really like how you put that, that it really is about a mind shift. And it's whatever kind of internet business you're going to be setting up for you, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, or cooperative crowdfunding or crypto or whatever, you do have to have the right mindset, and you have to shift into that mindset, and you have to commit yourself to maintaining that. And I
Absolutely.
think positive thinking is a key. Um, and sometimes you have to trick yourself into going to that place and staying in that place, despite everything that's happening. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. One
And
The
thing
thing
that
is, when you
huh?
see what's happening in the world, it's everything's negative. When you switch on the radio, it's negative. When you switch on the television, it's negative. It's like I don't even know why people watch TV anymore. I don't watch TV, but it's
Mhm.
just it puts you up for failure because
Right.
I mean, being surrounded by all this negativity all the time,
Mhm.
it does influence how you feel and how you think on a daily basis.
And that's like the wonder of the world we live in right now, is we can choose. Like if I want to be entertained, I can choose what I want to watch, and it doesn't have to be, some political, hyper negative or scary, psycho thriller type of thing. It could really be Downton Abbey, like something, which I love. My husband thinks it's boring, but I just love it. Um, yeah, but so one of the things I've noticed about you, and following you on your Facebook profile, is you have a very sort of clear set of values, and you do have an extremely positive and motivating tone to your posts. And so I just wanted to kind of ask you, what is it that motivates you and that also keeps you apace with that positivity rhythm?
Well, I have to admit, like I do have my bad days as well. And if somebody tells you like their life is just positivity, then I'm gonna run for the hills because I don't believe you. You know, we do go through life. Life has a way of just throwing you with a curveball, you know?
Mhm.
And but I have to admit, I'm very inspired by quotes. And
Mhm.
I've always been like that, you know, for the past 12 years. Quote, if I go through a bad time or maybe a breakup with a boyfriend or, something in that line, I will always go to quotes to feel inspired and motivated. And one day, like as my journey progressed through the past 5.5 years, I've learned a lot about social media. And obviously, one of the things is having a social media strategy, of how to post every day, what to post, all that kind of stuff. And I thought, that might just help someone else, you know,
Mhm.
it might just help someone else. And I zoned in a little bit on the entrepreneur life,
Mhm.
of because it can become a really lonely journey. Let's face it, you know. I think the past 18 months have, if I didn't have my online family and audience and people that I connect with, I don't know where I'd be, you know. You
Mm-hmm.
meet so many amazing entrepreneurs online, and if you do it in an authentic way, like this is me, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got nothing to hide, then you will reach milestones. That's all I can
Right.
say. Like, it's an honor to be in a position where we can motivate and inspire each other, because we
Yeah.
never know what someone else is going through. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people on Facebook that hides behind their pain, you
Mm-hmm.
know. You don't really know the real person behind the posts and the
Mm-hmm.
videos and the things. But yes, it's nice to inspire, it's nice to motivate, because I've been there, you know. I've been there. Like, I've been as low as you get and as high as you get, but it's nice to inspire others, and just, you know, be a helping ear when someone needs you.
I love the way that you said that. And I think in Rhonda's conversation with Jason a couple weeks back, he was alluding to the same theme. You know, he's been teaching his family and his kids especially to pay it forward. And I think they have a day where they'll go to the drive-through, the Starbucks drive-through or something, and they'll buy the coffee for the car behind them when they buy their coffee for themselves. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That is a very beautiful gesture.
yeah. And I think it's a very sort of tangible thing that you can do, and being able to remind yourself, like, you know, I like the way you said that. This just might help somebody. Like, I'm not trying to help
Exactly.
the whole world. I'm not trying to save the whole world, but I might be able to help one person with just this one moment or gesture.
Exactly. That is something I live by. I always told myself, and I'm starting to think more and more it's got something to do with my name, right? But my name, if you Google it,
Okay.
it's Hebrew, and it means gift of God. Okay. And that, what you just said, can resonate with me, because I told myself, if I can make a difference in one person's life while
Mhm.
I'm alive,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to heaven. That's fine.
Right.
You know, I'll be happy with that.
That's motivating.
It's just really like creating that ripple effect, right?
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
That is what it's
It's like
about. And
Yeah.
and
the
the thing is,
butterfly wings.
I think if people realize it's never really about you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's never really about you. It's about the people. It's
Yeah.
about those that want to, connect with you and
Mhm.
want to run with you and want to do business with you or want to be friends with you. It's about those people that
Mhm.
you can make an impact on.
Mhm.
I think at the beginning, when you first start your online journey, you chase the money, right? You chase
Mhm.
those sales, you chase the money, the products. It's
The
all about
leads.
your bank balance. But you soon realize with a bang that that's not how it is.
You'll run yourself to exhaustion. It
Absolutely.
has to be about something greater.
Exactly. You need
Yeah.
to know why you're doing it, and really, like, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be remembered by when you are 85 lying on your deathbed?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's huge.
that's it. That's my story.
I think
Well,
that's a pretty powerful story. I don't know if you might have any questions, Rhonda, because I saw you maybe taking some notes, or I've been taking some notes.
well, I'm resonating with everything you say, Natanya. It's true, and some of us find out earlier in life, some later, that it's all about giving.
Yeah.
It's all
Absolutely.
about helping the other person without expecting anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. One of the sayings I really resonate with is marry the process and divorce the outcome.
I
And
love
it
that.
it it, it just works, you know. And I saw that in my business in the past 3 months, you know, starting from scratch, starting from a grain of salt. Like that is just how it goes. And the people who want to be there will they will come. They will
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
You know, the right people, the people that resonate with you as a person, the people that want to be there will be there. They'll
Yeah.
be put on your path for that reason.
Hmm. And
I
nothing, that's right, nothing happens by accident. Nothing.
Absolutely, Rhonda.
no.
Nothing
You
at
meet
all.
people for a reason. Some stay
Hmm.
for a season, but that's life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
You're
there
just
for that.
well,
They're there
great
to help.
quote.
I love that. I'm passing this on. Marry the process and divorce the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who I heard that from. I know it's one of the mentors in the network marketing space, but I
Mm-hmm.
always think about that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the past 3 months, it really rings true. If you put in the work, don't think about the outcome, you
Mm-hmm.
know, do what you have to do every day, do what you have to do, and just keep grinding, and the right people will come.
I'm going to add one thing to this quote because I love it, but I'm going to add our little flavor because I think we're co creating right now. And I would say commit to your values, marry the process, and divorce the outcome.
Yes.
Because everything that you've been talking about today has really been about like understanding what makes you feel good, being able to stay in that positive space despite all of the crazy stuff that's happening outside or on TV or whatever, and then being able to say, okay, I know these are my values. I have found my match. I'm going to marry that process and,
Yeah.
you know, stop fretting about the bank balance.
Exactly. You know, the
Well,
thing is, you have to block out all this negativity. That
Yeah,
is just how
yes.
it is. You
yeah,
have to block it out and you have to draw the line in the sand. Say enough is enough. You
Yes.
know, you have to decide to decide. It's a choice. Decide
yeah,
today to take your life to a new level if you have to, or to take your weight to a new level, whatever you know you want to achieve. You just have to draw that line and say enough is enough. And that is where I was. I had enough, you know.
Hmm.
I had enough negativity, enough
Yeah.
depression, enough everything. And it's just amazing what is busy unfolding, and I'm like super excited about the future again.
Oh, that's wonderful. And it's 10 o'clock on the nose. That's perfect end to our day. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you, Rhonda.
oh,
I've got
you're more
goosebumps.
than welcome. I know I'm
Me too.
getting goosebumps too.
Yeah.
And uh, is there a website address you would like me to insert into the notes so people can learn some more about you?
Um,
Or you could
I can. Can I
send
send
it
it
to
to
me.
you?
Yes,
Okay, I'll do
yes.
that.
And
Cool.
and with that, I'm sorry to say today's episode of Help with the Cooler with Rhonda and Cynthia has come to an abrupt end, and time flew way too fast.
It did. It did. It was so
So
much fun. Thanks to both of you.
you are more than welcome. Thank you.
Can't
It was
wait
a
to have
great
you back around
pleasure.
sometime.
Bye bye.
We'll catch up soon.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Thank you very much.